Hey everyone, welcome to my kitchen. I've promised several of you a recipe for my pizza dough, so here it is. I've written it out so you could take maybe a screenshot or a snap of the recipe just to have handy. And in a few short minutes, hopefully I'm gonna try and break down the recipe and give you a bit of a demonstration on how to do it. Okay, hang tight. Okay, this is step one. I have boiling water and very cold water out of my refrigerator here. And this is yeast, dry yeast. I don't buy it in the packets. I usually just buy it lump in a bulk amount like this. And this is sugar. Okay, so this is what we're gonna need to start. The reason I do the boiling water, I'm not really sure. And so I'm gonna add some boiling water. Oh, by the way, I'm making for about 22 people today, so this recipe is going to seem huge. This is not what you're doing, but you're going to get the gist. If you stick to the recipe, these are just the steps and how I do it. So what I want is tepid water. And so if you could feel that, it's like a really nice hot bath. And then what I need to do is I am going to add, for the amount of cups of water that I've put into here, I'm going to add a teaspoon of sugar for each cup. So that will be 6 cups. That would be Adrian. Adrian, come and say hello.
Hi.
6, okay. And then I'm also going to do the same for the yeast, except I've told you 1 packet for your 1.5 cups. I'm going to do scant tablespoons of yeast, and I'm going to do 6 of them. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's it. Be back in a minute. So things are cooking. Sadly, I'm in a bit of a rush this evening, but you'll see that the yeast is starting to activate and it's bubbling a little bit. There's a better shot over here. So if I were to let this sit another 5 minutes, you'd see a lot more of that happening. But I'm just gonna start adding a few things. So I'm just gonna follow your recipe. I said about a tablespoon in yours. I'm just gonna add a little bit. This is how we do things, folks. We need some salt. Hopefully I have enough. I have to find some more elsewhere. Okay, so I would add probably about 3 teaspoons to this, and then I have to find more. And then I have something called Johnny's garlic spread. I'm gonna add that too. Okay, I always do a mixture of flours, so white and brown. So still wanting to try and keep this short. So as I go along, I'll just show you what it starts to look like. I used to do this by hand. So what you'd be doing is just in a large bowl, mixing what we've done to this point, and then with a wooden spoon, just giving it a big stir till the dough starts to stick. And eventually I'll be able to show you what kind of consistency we need at the end. We're getting close to being done here. It's still quite sticky, but this is how I choose to get it out even of the mixer. Okay, sweetie, just pause it. Okay, so we're down to the end. I've floured the surface, and for Taylor and Amy, you're gonna need gluten-free flour for this one. And I think I mentioned that there are different products on the market. Namaste is a good one. You can get that on Amazon. There's a Bob's Red Mill or something like that. That's another good one, but you would know. think we got somebody arriving here. Okay, so this is what it looked like. Now, because I'm making for so many, and I had 6 cups, I'm gonna try and divide these evenly into 6 sections. So I'm just gonna get a knife. Everybody say hi to Doc Herms over here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Okay. I think this video is getting a little longer than I had anticipated. All right, I'll give you just a little bit of an example of how I would do this. Now, again, if you want your dough to be nice and soft and fluffy, let everything rise much, much longer than what I have shown you here today. You're gonna preheat your oven. I like to do mine on convection at 400, but if you don't have convection, I would say maybe 425 is a good temperature. So that's your pizza, and these are the pizza pans I use. I'm gonna oil this and put this on here, and then at the end I'll show you them all put together with a couple of different options for toppings. Okay, it's taken some effort, if you can see, to roll out all of these pizzas, but a couple of different pizza options. Of course, your basic red sauce, which I've just put in 2 cans of tomato paste, and then I put in some tomato sauce. The tomato paste is so hard to spread, so I did just add a little bit of sauce, and then I'm just gonna chuck in some pepper, and I put a little bit of oil in here, and then I'm gonna add some garlic powder, and in my magnesium bottle here is some oregano, so I'm just gonna add that in. You can add a little bit of sugar if you want to make it sweeter. So that will go on. And then this is another option. I've got a oil base. If you want to add a little bit of garlic to that, then again, sprinkle the garlic on. Okay. And barbecue sauce. My barbecue sauce, I always feel like it needs a bit of an oil base. So I like to put, a little bit of oil underneath. And then on top of there, chicken, spinach if you want, or basil. Just look up a bunch of recipes. There's tons of things you can do with pizza crust. Different toppings, mushrooms, green peppers, green onions, pepperoni, and your cheese. And bake them at, I said 400 degrees or 425 if it's non-convection. And I might just give you a quick clip at the end to show you what it looks like. Okay. Okay, so we're done. Thanks for joining me. Enjoy your pizza making days.
I was going to go.
Talk to you soon.